Hello everyone, and welcome to another segment of the East Brunswick Advisory Health Council's Wellness Spotlight. The weather's getting warmer and things are greening up. And you know what? When it comes to green, we're going to a green ribbon school today in our very own backyard, Middlesex Votech. We're going to be speaking with Principal Jeffrey Bisco, who's going to be taking us on a tour of the school and discussing the many programs that they have and how they help enhance wellness with the most important part of our society, the children. So come on with me. We're going to be going to the principal's office, but that's a good thing today. And we're going to be starting to speak with Principal Bisco about wellness at Middlesex Votech. Mr. Bisco, thank you so much for allowing EBTV and me to come in to Middlesex Votech.
Thank you
to
very
be
much.
able to meet with you and for you to share the fantastic programs that Votech has going on in the community.
Thank you very much.
Well, I want to start out by congratulating you. I see that Middlesex Votech is a Green Ribbon School.
Yes, we received the United States Department of Education Green Ribbon School in 2015. We were very proud and honored of such a prestigious award.
Now, many people in the community have, we're very proud of the blue ribbon schools that are in East Brunswick. What does it take for a school to be a green ribbon school?
What designates a green ribbon school is each school must follow 3 pillars. Pillar 1 is we focus on reducing the environmental impact of our facility. Pillar 2 is focusing on the health and wellness of our student population and our staff population. And pillar 3 is focusing on the curriculum, on educating our students about sustainability. So we're a school that was built in the 70s, so we're an energy hog by nature, unfortunately. But over the years, we made improvements to our facilities to help reduce the cost of the facility costs. It's very expensive to run a school like this. So we received new boilers, very high energy efficient boilers. All of our schools have automatic light systems, so after a certain time, the lights will shut off to conserve more energy. And we redid our complete heating and ventilating system over the summertime, where it's controlled manually through a computer system that just properly makes it more efficient, so we save some money. So we're very, very proud of those accomplishments. The second pillar focuses on the health and wellness of our students and staff. So about 9 years ago, we started when I became principal, we had a small group of students and myself started running a club. So we started running, and then that blossomed into a cross-country team, and then that blossomed into we have a 5K that we host every year. So it really blossomed into promoting health and wellness of our students.
How many students are enrolled in Middlesex Votech?
In our campus, we have 700 students.
And how many people are involved in these in the 5K?
Last year, we had 300 people attend.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's not only with our school; it's with the entire community.
Wonderful. And then the third pillar.
Yes, the third pillar is focusing on educating our students. So since we are so passionate about teaching about sustainability, we incorporated it into our biology curriculum. So every 9th grade student coming into our school will receive a separate unit on sustainability so they can understand that. We're also part of the New Jersey Green Program of Study, which is a career tech ed program that combines heating, ventilating, and air conditioning, architectural technology, and carpentry to teach students how to build and do green construction and green building. So it's a myriad of different career majors working together for one common good of thinking green.
You know, it's wonderful that you're doing this because you're thinking microcosmically and we're going to be speaking about some of the programs that you have to help children make better choices about what they're eating in their diet and how important that is. But you're also thinking macrocosmically because of the carbon footprint and helping to make not only the body but also the world that we live in a much healthier place in which to live.
Yes, yes indeed. We are a school and we have to always educate our students.
Now, how many schools in New Jersey have been awarded this Green Ribbon School
I want to say only 11. We're the first vocational school in the state of New Jersey to receive this honor.
Congratulations!
So thank you.
You must be very proud.
Extremely proud, and it's not just me. I'm more proud of the students. They're the ones that really bought into it, and it started a movement that we have. So we have what's called a Green Ambassador program, which is one of my favorite things here. Is where we have 2 students from every career major that we offer, and they meet with me and my team, and they discuss ways to make our school better. And we have different committees that we run. One is a health and wellness committee, where the students focus on trying to promote health and wellness. And we have a recycling committee, a public relations committee, and a courtyard development committee. So we're excited of those students.
One of the things that people think about today, especially parents of young children, is to be able to teach kids how to be able to make better choices and what they put inside their body. And you don't see too many schools that are very proactive about it. Just recently, we know a lot of schools have eliminated soda vending machines. Right. So it's reducing sugar intake and trying to look at healthier diets and menus, especially in the lunchroom. But it seems like Middlesex Vo-Tech has taken this to a whole new level. Would you talk about that?
Yes, we received a grant through Sustainable Jersey. It's a wonderful organization that is very supportive of all schools. And there's a lot of grants and a lot of schools that are involved in Sustainable Jersey. Our grant that we wrote was called Make the Right Choices. And it focused on students to make the right choices. We have a culinary program and a baking program. And it's in our best interest to always teach students to think healthy and try to make the right choices. It's very easier, I should say, to do that with savory dishes. You can make a salad, I can poach chicken, I can do that. But in baking, everyone thinks it's difficult to make a right choice, difficult to do something that's a little bit healthier in a sweet dish rather than a savory dish.
That's true, because the three biggest offenders that are typically in the American diet are wheat, dairy, and sugar, and you have all those three things in most baked goods.
Right. We can go gluten-free all day long, and that's a very big trend right now, but you still have to watch the sugar content. And through this grant, we are trying to teach students how that works. So what we did today, what we're doing today is the students made muffins. And they did various types of muffins using different types of sweeteners, prunes, applesauce, so on and so forth. So the students will sample 5 different muffins, one being a control, and they'll realize that this muffin over here that was made with prunes tasted just as sweet as the one made with traditional refined sugar. And it's just an eye-opening thing, and we have, this way, again, it's another way to educate the kids. And then we're going to post the recipe online, so the kids will be able to, if they enjoyed it, they can go on our website and they can download that recipe.
Now, these students are, the students that are making the muffins are in the baking program.
That is correct. Okay,
and what grade level is that?
Right now, it's grade 9 through 12, but the students that are doing it right now are grades 10 and 11, because they're in our morning career major component.
And these are students that are primarily interested in baking as a career?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And tell me, what type of direct supervision do they get in the classroom that helps them understand a little bit more about how this works? The way, we have a wonderful baking instructor, Mrs. Fitzgerald. She's a fantastic baker, wonderful educator, and she has a great background in cooking. She has a degree from the Culinary Institute of America, so she has a well-rounded education, and she's a wonderful instructor. But what we did this time is we brought in a nutritionist. So last week we had a nutritionist come to our program and have a workshop about these programs and these different recipes and how to do something healthy. And she's back here today to kind of supervise this process along with my teacher, Ms. Fitzgerald. And it was very well received, and the kids liked it. Now, I remember you telling me that, you know, when we were originally talking about coming into the school and taping a program like this, that one of the objectives was to be able to teach the students and have them come home and teach their families about healthier eating. Exactly. Could you talk a little bit more about that? Yeah, I mean, it's education is always starts at home, and by having our students learn these great recipes and great ideas, we want them to tell their parents. We want them to bring that message home as well. Later on, we'll go to our greenhouse and we'll go to our school garden, and we have students that are growing food and learning how to plant vegetables and plant produce so they can enjoy that at home as well. That's the wonderful part about our school and about education, is bringing it home and teaching others. So we're excited about that. So, Mr. Bisco, you're going to show us around?
Yes, yes.
Where are we going first?
We're going to go to our bake shop first.
Let's go.
Okay.
So where are we now, Mr. Bisco? This doesn't look like, well, I guess it is a classroom, but not a typical classroom.
This is a classroom. This is our baking classroom. It's a full-fledged bakery and full-fledged career major that we teach our students the great skill of baking. It's a great program. I love it.
And you have all of the commercial tools.
Correct. This is what you'd see in any bakery anywhere in this area. We teach our students real-world techniques. We're full-fledged. We're open to the public, and we do great things here.
And as she's known, Ms. Fitz.
Ms. Fitz, love Ms. Fitz.
She teaches the program.
Yes,
she's
she
been
does.
Teaching it for a number of years.
Number of years, and she's just such a remarkable chef, and she's a great person.
She sure is. I can tell you from firsthand
yes,
experience
exactly.
because my daughter was through this program,
yes,
and
yes,
now
she was.
she's studying at Johnson & Wales.
That's fantastic, and that's wonderful.
It just testifies to the wonderful job that
yes.
everybody does here.
It's a wonderful, wonderful program, and we couldn't be prouder.
So how long does this program take?
The students come here for 4 years. So they'll come in as a freshman, and they'll spend a couple periods a day as a freshman, and then in grade 10, 11, they're here for 3 periods. So it's the bulk of their morning, they're here learning this trade. And then when they become a senior, they spend the whole afternoon in the bake shop.
So the muffins that you described earlier
yes.
that were made with low sugar,
correct,
or no artificial sweeteners, those muffins were baked here.
They were baked right here.
And then they're served to the students?
We are going into the cafeteria when lunch is served, and the students will have a table set up, and they can try the samples.
Now, we all get one too,
Of
right?
course, absolutely.
Are they also sold to the general public?
They are. We are open to the general public. He can come in. We can do order forms. They do wedding cakes. They did my wedding. So they do great things.
They did your wedding
They made my wedding cake. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
That's terrific.
It's wonderful.
Well, I can tell you that the stuff that the students make here is absolutely delicious, and it can rival any great bakery in the area.
It is good. The waistline doesn't like it, but that's why we do healthy cooking, so to help out with that.
And best of all, even though you don't skimp on the calories, it's a fraction of the cost of what it would typically be in most commercial bakeries.
Correct. Correct.
So it's great that the students are having an opportunity to be able to learn. And the proceeds of the sales, where does that money go?
It goes right back to the program. It goes right back to the program because obviously it's very expensive to run a bake shop. All the equipment are state of the art. We have state of the art Hobarts. We have what they would use in industry. So it's not residential, it's commercial, which is, we need all the help we can get. So all the money that we get goes right back into the program.
And then purchasing the ingredients that
correct.
Go into the baked goods.
Yes, yes, they do. It's remarkable what they do.
Well, when do we get to taste something?
Let's go.
Okay. I'm here now with 2 of Ms. Fitz's prized students in the baking program, AJ and Nick. So, AJ, let's start with you first. How's the baking program?
It's really interesting, actually. It's really fun. We learn a lot of different things, from how to do cakes, pastries, cupcakes, all different things. Each day we get a different assignment, we do it, and at the end of the day we actually grade ourselves on what to do. It's
Excellent.
really fun.
Excellent. Nick, how about you?
It's interesting. I mean, it's fun. It's something I've been doing a while. So we do, like you said, clean up. We have different assignments every day. It's fun. It's fun.
And today there's something special going on. You've made 2 different types of muffins and letting the students sample them. Can you tell us a little bit about this as part of the Make the Right Choices program?
There's actually a bunch. There's actually 5 in total different muffins. One is our control base, which is the original one, having all the original ingredients. And then
so that's a muffin that most people would typically
eat. Yeah, like that's the one that everyone would typically go for, eat. And then each of the other muffins has different ingredients. So instead of butter, we'll have applesauce or prune juice or even yogurt. And instead of sugar, we'll have applesauce or agave nectar.
AJ, can you tell us a little bit about the advantages to eating healthier as it's explained on this chart?
Well, I got to say the advantages are really well. Each one will have a different calorie basis. So you'll see the original control is 164. And then say you substitute instead of butter, use applesauce.
So one muffin would be 164 calories.
Yeah, that's one whole muffin. And then if you substitute butter for applesauce, one whole muffin would instead be 122 calories. So it makes a big difference in your health and, you know.
I mean, if you substitute applesauce for the butter.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Your nutritional value, you know, it helps you out, and it makes a difference in your daily diet.
I see that there's a big change in the amount of fat.
Yeah, the fat goes down because butter is fat. So when you don't use the fat, the number's going to change, and we're going to lose all that fat, so you're going to have a much healthier choice in your muffin.
And I guess it's also great for people who would like to have something like that,
Yeah,
but
that's-
also are interested in losing weight or controlling the amount of weight that they have.
Exactly, because some people feel more conscious about their health and everything, so they might like the healthier option for the muffin.
And how's the experience been with the students that are doing the sampling? What are they giving you in terms of feedback?
It seems to be that they're actually taking the muffins. We're going to take charts, and they're going to list which one they like better, if they could tell the difference. And at the end, we'll tally it up. But it seems that everyone is actually coming up and taking our muffins, so it's really good.
Well, this is a wonderful program, and after doing something like this, does it inspire you to do more of this type of cooking?
Oh, yeah. I actually, as myself, I want to own a bakery or a restaurant in my future, and this helps me out and showing, like, how people would respond to certain things. It'll really help me out in the long run.
Well, thanks, AJ. Thanks for sharing this information with
Welcome.
us, and good luck with the rest of your education here.
Thank you.
So I'm here now with the brains behind this operation, Kayla Pinzone, a registered dietitian. Kayla, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Tell us about this.
So I've been doing a few different healthy baking classes here at the VOTEC, trying to substitute fat, sugar to make these recipes a little bit healthier, since baking and sweets and treats are a really big problem contributing to obesity, especially with children and now in older adults, and trying to see how we can substitute if it affects the taste, the texture, the appearance of all the different products. And this project we tried to do with banana muffins, we figured that would be, you know, an original recipe that you think is pretty healthy, and if we can modify it with different things such as fat-free yogurt, applesauce, dried prunes, things like that, to kind of substitute a little bit of the fat or the sugar and see how it affected the product.
This is wonderful because one of the most important things today from a health standpoint is to reduce inflammation within the body, as I'm sure you're well aware.
Yep.
And by getting away from high concentrated sugars, high fructose corn syrup, agave, honey, you know, sugar, white sugar, brown sugar, and going to sugar in its more natural forms and forms that have a lower glycemic index.
Yep.
You can make that happen. What has been some of the biggest challenges that you've encountered in introducing a program like this to the students?
Some students are afraid of the product, so using prunes as a substitute for fat or sugar. They think prunes are what you take when you need to have a movement or something. You know, they think it's like what old people have, and so they're not really receptive to that. Or maybe
prunes are not very cool.
No. Or, you know, it looks gross, they don't want to try it. I've done other recipes with more vegetables, and that was a big aversion for a lot of students. So we tried to find a product that bananas. Most people like bananas. Most people like banana muffins. I figured that would be a more milder product to try, definitely.
And what's been the reaction so far from people sampling it?
I think good. A lot of people were surprised to hear what's in the different products. I think most people really like the one that has the butter and the sugar, but some of the other products, you know, with the prunes are a little bit browner, so they like the color of that better too. I think it's a good mixed reaction from it.
How are the sales going in the bake shop?
I think they're going well. We haven't put a lot of the healthy products in the bake shop, but doing these different classes and seeing if one product would be favorable to sell, kind of to help maybe see if they can sell healthier options as well.
Well, I think that what you're doing is absolutely wonderful. You know, it's important to put good gas inside the motor.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
you can have the best car, the motor could be tuned up, but if you put water in the gas tank, it's not going to run very well, and it's the same thing with our body.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for sharing your expertise with the students and teaching them about healthier eating.
Sure, thanks for having me.
I'm here now with Ilana Bain, one of the students at Middlesex VOTEC. Welcome to the Wellness Spotlight.
Thank you.
So, what grade are you here?
I'm in 11th grade. I'm a junior.
And you're studying?
Studying dance.
Dance. So dancers are athletes.
Yes.
And athletes need to eat healthy.
Yes, we take a whole class in nutrition.
So what do you think of all of this?
I think this is awesome. I think that comparing the two muffins with the healthy and the unhealthy is really good and educational for a bunch of people.
You know, a lot of athletes say that if they eat things that are very high in sugar, they have some energy at first, but then all of a sudden their energy crashes. It really affects not only your performance, but your mood. Have you found that to be so?
Yes, I remember when I was a kid, I used to eat a whole bunch of sugar before I went on stage, and then I'd get there and be like tired and disgusting.
And so what do you think of these muffins?
I think the first one, the healthy one, was the best. Honestly, the second one was kind of dry and like not edible. I didn't even finish it. But I think that the banana chunks in the first one were really good, and I think it's great.
So your vote was for the banana?
Yeah.
Over the one that was sugar and butter?
Yeah.
That's terrific. So I guess you'll be eating a lot more of these.
Yes, I will.
And do you do more healthy cooking at home now as a result of the things that you've been learning here?
Yes, I have. I have been doing that. I try to eat a lot of vegetables. I haven't been doing that before I came here, and now I cook a lot.
Well, Ilana, thank you so much for sharing your experience with this particular program, and best wishes to you.
Thank you.
So we're outside now at the garden.
We're at our school garden. This is a fantastic garden that we have here. We just did this last year.
How big is this?
73 feet by 50 feet, so it's a very large garden, and it's took
So-
a lot of work.
Middlesex Votech grows its own.
Yes, we do.
And how long have you had this?
This is we did this last year. We fenced it in. We've always done some raised beds throughout the years, but we wanted to go on a larger scale. So we purchased this fence. We fenced in this one area. We had to put a little fence in here to keep groundhogs out because obviously we don't want to harm any animals. So we just kind of mitigate it and put a fence here. But we do a lot of growing here, and last year was our first year, and we always had the issue, what happens during the summertime when all the students and staff are gone? So we had all these pepper plants, tomato plants, we had a lot of kale, we had a lot of collard greens. So during the summertime, Miss Mashera and her students came in, and we took all of the crops, and 3 times over the summertime, we went to local food market,
Co-ops?
co-ops. Farm markets, I'm sorry, farm markets. And they sold their goods there.
Now, what program does the garden come under?
This falls under the Agri-Science Technology Program. The Agri-Science program follows the CASE curriculum, which is a national curriculum called Curriculum for Agri-Science Education. And it focuses on agri-science, plant science, animal science, and biotechnology.
So are things grown here genetically modified?
No, we try to go as organic as possible. We'll sprout our plants in a greenhouse, and then we'll put them out here when they've fully.
I just took a tour of your greenhouse,
Yes.
and it's really impressive.
No, it's great.
You have the little seedlings of the plants that are going to be
Yep,
transplanted into the garden very soon,
exactly.
as well as a whole variety of other plants.
Yep.
And then the beautiful flower arrangements that
Oh,
many of your students made and won ribbons in competition in.
Yeah, we got 45 ribbons last Friday, so we're excited.
Now, getting back to the food that's grown here, does it make its way into the cafeteria?
Not yet, but that's our plan. Right now, everything we've been doing microgreens, and so we take all the microgreens and we give those to our culinary arts department. So the purpose of Make the Right Choices is as we progress, we did sweet first, and then we're going to go into savory, and we'll do savory in the late spring when we can bring lettuce into the cafeteria. So the cafeteria workers gave us the blessing, so we are very excited, and we can't wait to have students try these types of lettuces that will grow here.
So I'm here now with 3 students that are in the Agricultural Sciences program that are going to discuss the plantings that will take place this spring in the garden.
So in the middle of the garden, we have cold frames, which are 6 feet by 4 feet. And in the cold frames, we will be planting root crops, salad greens, and herbs.
Give us an example of what root crops would be.
Root crops would be anything that's grown in with the roots, obviously, and we present in there for the entire time.
Like
until
carrots?
they're baked. Yeah, that kind of thing, like potatoes.
Okay, and continue.
And then we're also trying a new thing this year, so we're going to be growing plants inside of bales of hay.
And why would you do that?
To see how they'll grow differently, it's a new method that was recommended for planting.
So this way, people that don't have a lot of dirt can use hay as a substance to hold the like almost like growing
It's an
plants in water,
alternative to
like
soil.
hydroponics as an alternative to soil. Very cool. Okay, and what else are you going to be doing?
So over on this side, we're just going to be planting assorted crops in rows. We have bush beans, tomatoes, cabbage, kale, Swiss chard, and peppers. And they're just going to be grown in a 6 by 5 foot space.
And when will the planting take place?
We'll be planting once it starts to get warmer and the weather is more stable.
So any idea, is it typically around Mother's Day?
About then, yeah.
And then when do you expect to go to harvest?
I assume during the summer, because by the time the plants take to grow, then it'll be properly harvested by the summer.
Well, this sounds great. I'm looking forward to seeing how things progress. How's your experience been at Votech?
It's been pretty good so far. I really like the school.
Yeah, I love it here. It's a very good environment. I've made lots of new friends, and I love the shop.
Nice teachers and everything, and then it's just fun experience.
It seems like one of the things that I found at Votech is that students are really inspired to pursue their passion, whereas in other schools, it seems like the program is driven at them, but here it seems like you have a lot of freedom to be able to express yourself. Is that your experience so far?
Yeah, because coming here, you have a choice of what you want to come here for, so you're not forced into anything.
And it's very fair, like if you're done with a shop and you just aren't interested anymore, you have the opportunity to switch.
That was part of the reason I came here, because I wanted to not be forced to take all these different classes. I just wanted to take the one class that I was interested in.
Well, good luck with everything here, and in addition to growing a beautiful garden, we hope that you grow the type of life and future that you aspire to have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Bisco, as we were going through the school, and I was looking at the walls that are decorated with posters, and I couldn't help but notice two posters in particular that talk about the effects of smoking and alcohol on the body and the damage that it causes.
Right.
I think that it's so great that you're starting with children and making them aware that health is a choice and the future that you have is a choice.
Absolutely.
And that's why I think the program that you have here, that you're pioneering, this Making the Right Choices program, is so valuable.
We want them to make the right choice, not the wrong choice, and that's very important to teach that.
That's true. What you put in your body has an effect on, not only how it functions now, but how it functions much later when you get to be our age and even older.
Yes, absolutely.
So starting with the kids now and teaching them how to make healthier choices is really what wellness is all about.
100%.
Well, I want to thank you so much for spending the time with us today.
It's our pleasure.
I know you're such a busy man.
That's okay.
It's hard to pin you down
Yes,
and to
it is.
take time out of your schedule. And your wonderful faculty that is so dedicated to the students here as well.
That's wonderful.
We really appreciate the time
Thank
that you spent with us.
Thank you. I'm so thrilled that you're here and that you get to experience our great school. Thank you.
Thank you again.
Oh, my pleasure.
This concludes another segment of the East Brunswick Advisory Health Council's Wellness Spotlight. I'm Dr. Ken Friedman, here with Principal Jeff Bisco at East Brunswick Votech, reminding you that wellness works when you work